In this section, I'm covering creating of a keystore and trust store with root CA certificate and with the server certificate for a Siebel sandbox installation. For doing that, we'll have to have two tools. One is a key tool that comes with your JRE, Java JRE, and the other tool is OpenSSL tool. For this, for my sandbox, I will create a certificate for the name of my own box. That's the fully qualified domain name is sandbox.wordega.com, and that's the name that I have also defined in the hosts file for that specific server. I pointed it to the LAN address of the sandbox computer. And I will show you the entry in the hosts file that I created. This is the IP address of my sandbox PC, and this is the FQDN for my sandbox Siebel training environment. So once this was done, I verified the location of my OpenSSL tool, which in my case is in OpenSSL bin folder. I have also copied the OpenSSL CNF file from the bin folder where it existed during the installation, just after the installation, to C:\\SSL folder. In addition to that, I'll double check that my Java home environment variable has been set. It is. So I'm ready to start creating these certificates. So, and rather than running a batch file, I will create this or go through these commands one by one, kind of documenting what's going on. So that's my search stored folder where I will keep my keystore files. Right now the folder is empty. I'm starting with creating a root certificate. For this I will need to use OpenSSL command. And there's a lot of information about the usage of OpenSSL and key tool commands on the internet. So I had to do a little bit of a research. I would just point out that when I create my root CA, I indicated my location here and my organization, and I called my organization unit Siebel Training, and that's the main domain that I have for me, but that will be up to you. The important thing is to be consistent with these, because and I will enter a password here. So now I can see the key, a private key being created. Okay, this will be I will be signed that key for use as a root CA. And finally, I will insert that trust cert to my keystore.jks file. The keystore and trust store that I refer to later on in Siebel installation can be physically the same file, and I'll use the same file called keystore.jks. Okay. And now Answer yes to trust the certificate. And you can see that the keystore.jks file was created. Now, once I have my root CA, I will start working on the server certificate for my sandbox environment, sandbox.wordega.com. Before I do it, I will create a file that's called serial.txt, and will contain an integer number. I went with I will do 4 digits in that file. There's doesn't have to be that big, and I'm just signing that specific server, but that's the number I picked. So I'll create that serial.txt in the same folder where I have my search store. And now we'll execute a few commands to generate my server certificate and sign it. The OpenSSL command is needed to sign the certificate. Key tool can be used to generate keys, but it doesn't have all the functions of OpenSSL. All these commands that are copy and paste are one-liners, so just that in the notepad they may be broken into 2 lines, but it's just a single line. Yeah, and I don't show you the passwords. That's even if this is just a sandbox environment, please, I don't want to give you some template passwords for using. It's your choice. You still have to secure your environment. Alright. So just a warning here that JKS file uses proprietary format, but the tool has generated the files. I'll show you. Okay. So you can see that my key store is now 3000 and change bytes. It contains these new certificates in there. Now here I'll create a certificate request using key tool. Okay. And you can see ses.csr, a request for my server certificate. And now I will use OpenSSL command to sign it. And you can see your certificates as is signed, ses.cer. And the last command here is importing that certificate to server certificate signed to my key store. See the keystore.jks got larger, about 4000 bytes, and that is the last thing I had to do before I can go forward with the installation of Siebel IP 2017.